Namaste and Jai Shri Krishna. Welcome to Path to Anandam series. And today our subject is Power of Choice, Divine Guidance. Pranam to Guruji, Hariharji Maharaj, and Shri Krishna Bhagwan Ji for their blessings. I'm Satya Kalra, your host and founder of Path to Anandam. And with Bhagwanji's blessings, Guruji's blessings, we are here together. So thank you very much for joining. And all these sessions are posted on YouTube under Satya Kalras. And we have now almost 600 videos over there. And as you know, the teachings of Bhagavad Gita with the data with the medical science, being a medical scientist, that's my passion. And I think it's a need of today to present the teachings with medical data, with science. So today the subject, the power of true divine guidance, advice, which takes us from confusion to clarity through higher guidance, supreme power. We can name it Krishna, we can call it God, but these teachings remove the doubts in our mind and give us a clear understanding. So what is true advice? Why do we need that? Because we are confused many times. We are bombarded with a lot of information around us and advice as well, which confuses us even more. So I thought it was about time to turn around to go directly to the true advice, the higher power guidance. So what is true advice? How to ask for true advice? And many times we have to give it to how to give and how to receive and act upon the advice. There are many advices, but what do we need to do about it? And how do we benefit by following the teachings of our scriptures, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, higher self, within, without, and what are the benefits, and what does the science say about it, and how can we practice, and what is our sankalpa today? I live humbly, modesty. And tip of the day and meditation with the mantra, I am humble and sincere. So what is true divine advice? Satya Updesha. It says, it is not the words, but the wisdom, not to impress, but to uplift. It awakens clarity, uplift, and uplift of what? Many times we are sad, we are depressed, and that advice uplifts us. So in other words, uplift the heart and guides one to act according to dharma, righteousness. In other words, the true advice is the kind of guidance that rises above all the noise around us. It does not come from the loudest voice around you, because many times people try to impose on us and they raise their voices, and it clearly says it does not come from the loudest voice around you, but from the calmest wisdom within you or divine company. So our inner voice is as important as external voice. So it comes from the higher consciousness. When we are pure, or from the pure people like Krishna Bhagwanji, selflessness, compassionate, and Bhagavad Gita again, or any other scripture, Mahabharata, complete source of Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Guru Granth Sahib, and many other scriptures. But the main thing is one has to be very spiritually grounded. Many saints, seers, enlightened beings, or again, inner silence is the biggest guru for us. It automatically gives us that voice, that guidance. So again, that advice is not driven by ego, fear, personal desires, attachments, or selfishness, or lower self. For example, how Bhagwanji, Krishna Bhagwanji guided Arjun. He had no personal agenda there. Only thing, he was lifting him so he could perform his duty according to his dharma, according to righteousness. So, divine advice is satyam vad, priyam vad, hitam vad. Speaks the truth, speaks with love, and speaks for welfare for all. And I put Guru Swamiji's picture there, Swami Saraswati ji, because anytime I have a question, I'm doubtful, I basically pick up the phone and talk to him. Bhagavad. So this is my external source as well. My internal source, Bhagavad Gita. Pick up the Bhagavad Gita, and then you will get the guidance. Or when you are in silence, you could always hear the voice. So what are the barriers to divine message? Why can't we hear it? That advice is around us. It's within us. It's around us. Because we do not acknowledge it. We are not aware of it. It's ignorance. And also the trust. Many times we see many saints and we hear some divine messages. Or even the messages come just from the birds, from the animals, from the plants. But since we are not sure, we do not have enough faith, enough trust, because we are bombarded with this calm, krodh, low, moh, ankar, fear, worried, some physical problems, some emotional problems, some jealousy, some stress, some anxiety. Then we cannot hear that voice. We cannot acknowledge it. Even if some saints will tell us something, we doubt their higher being. We doubt their guidance. I can give you a good example. It's a very personal, but I thought I should share with you. I left the corporate world in 2007. Until 2018, I was living in the ashrams, leading totally my spiritual life. All of a sudden, in 2018, December 6th, I was with Pujya Swamiji in Rishikesh. And we were talking like a friend. And usually he goes to moon at 10 o'clock at night and he doesn't see people. But since my flight was in the morning, he saw me at 10:30. And after the conversation, he comes back and he says, "Can you go back to your company?" And I say, "What? Swamiji, no way. I even do not understand that terminology anymore." And I left. And then the things start unfolding. And I was little by little got involved in middle of 2019. And look what happened. 2019, the COVID came. And my husband had a heart issue, also diabetic. So he could not go to office anymore. And it automatically fell everything in my lap. And the point here is, he had a divine vision that what's coming and I will be needed. Though I resisted, but things start unfolding. So if we trust the higher voices, whether they're coming from internally or externally, we get a true guidance. So I gracefully accepted it, what he told me. But sometimes we have a social conditioning and some traumas in life with some inner, when we have a traumas, we cannot hear our own voice. And also the outside, the voices come, or the messages come, the guidance come, and we, due to our emotional issues, our preconditioning of the mind, we cannot hear that. And that's what it calls ignorance of higher self. And it blocks us to listen to the divine messages. So then the question comes, since the divine powers are available around, then what is and how to ask for divine advice? Again, I put what? And here a AAA strategy, always you will hear me over and over and over. Know what you are asking for. What kind of advice I want. So I have to be aware of it. I have to analyze it. Good example again, here Arjuna's, he become aware that he couldn't perform his divine duty, his right dharma. He turns around Bhagwanji and he prays to him because he was so disheartened. And he says, Karpanne dosho pahat swabhava prashyami tvam dharma samurcheta yachhisai syani nishchitam bruhi tanme Shishyasteham shadi mam tvam prapanyam. Shishyasteham shadi mam tvam prapanyam. So he was humble, he became humble, and that's what it says how we should ask. We should ask very humbly, very sincerely, and we should be ready to learn the advice what we hear from. But it has to come from our heart, not from our fear, not from our ego. And we should able to hear the truth, not just what pleases our ego, but we should able to hear that with calm mind. So how could we calm ourselves? Like Arjuna, he prayed. Karpanne dosho prasavava, he prayed. So we can do prayer, we can calm ourselves, we can do through meditation. Oh, read Bhagavad Gita, read scriptures, and it will calm us automatically. And then receptive to the signs, dreams, intuitions, or gurus, whatever guru says, just follow it. But we have to have a full faith in Guru. And also be willing to follow through the action like Arjuna did. He said, finally, I will act according to your word. Karishye vachanam tav. So here you can see he is asking for it. And now we have to listen to it. So, like Arjuna, he's listening. So asking plus listening, and then do the action. Look at the both. Now he says, Karishye vachanam tav. So we have to perform. At the same time, many times we are put in the situation where we have been asked for advice. And this is for us, how to give advice. So one should give advice only when requested, not just somebody comes and start giving us some information and we immediately says, why don't you do this? Why don't you eat this? Why don't you say this? Why don't you do all kind of things? Automatically we say no, unless person request. Even though the person gives us all the information, then unless person says, now please can you advise me? Just like Arjuna, he said, please advise, because I am not able to hear, I am not able to listen, I'm not able to do anything. Like my heart is overpowered by the weakness of pity. I have lost all my composure and my mind is confused about my duty, my dharma, what to do, what not to do. I am requesting you to tell me. Here says, I am requesting you. Prashami tvam dharma samurcheta. I cannot think. I'm asking you, what is definitely good for me? Tell me that. I'm your disciple. Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapanyam. Please instruct me. So we must wait unless somebody asks for it. And then speak from inner purity, not emotions, not because that person is telling us and we are start judging that person, that it must be his fault, he deserves it, his karma, all those. No, we should connect with supreme power, inner being, and put our emotions on the side. And we should speak in such a language like Krishna Bhagwan ji, like in Gita. Anudvekaram vakyam satyam parhitam cha. The one which is beneficiary for that situation, for that person, we should speak like that. Not because the person came for advice and we start getting mad at that person. Why did you do it? Why did you? Oh, you should not have done it. No, just listen. Anudvekaram vakyam. Speak from your heart, not from your mind, not from your ego. And be a mentor, not a judge. Stop judging why this person is in this situation. Be a mentor. And then let go of attachment to outcome. Never impose your guidance on them, your advice on them. Give them a free will to decide. Like Krishna Bhagwan ji said the same thing to Arjuna. Ittite jnanam akhyatam guhad guhataram maya. I have already explained to you the most confidential knowledge of all knowledges. And now, Vimrashet the Shishen, Yachasi Tatha Kuru. Now you reflect on it fully and then do as you wish. So this is where I call it our Sanatan Dharma, Bhagavad Gita, is a very democratic religion, democratic dharma. Gives you the advice, gives you the supreme power, wisdom, ultimate wisdom. But then it says you do as you like. And based on that, many people, including Oprah, she is nowadays speaking so much about Sanatan Dharma, And this is the point she's highlighting, that why she moved from a previous belief or religion to now Sanatan Dharma. Why has she become now promoting Hinduism? Because she feels that this is a democratic advice, wisdom, dharma, which does not impose on anybody, does not convert, but it guides you. So these are the hallmarks of true divine, enlightened person, where no control. And it says Satya Priya, Satyam Priyam. Vad. Basically, it speaks the Satya, true advice, no impose. Here, look at Krishna Bhagwan Ji. Arjun is asking and Krishna Bhagwan Ji is blessing him with all the guidance. And actually, we are blessed directly here with all these teachings of Bhagavad Gita. So it was not just for Arjun. So the question comes, who to ask for advice? And again, Bhagavad Gita says, you should ask this advice from the person who is pure, who is self-realized. But we should be very humble when we are asking, very sincere. Here it says, find a self-realized soul. Tadatvi pranipaten pariprashnen sevya updeshyanti te jnanam jnanas tattva darshina. The person who has that vision, that guru who has that vision, connected with the supreme power. So we should find for that particular person, not just the paid teachers or not as secular teachers, because they won't understand either, but it has to be a spiritual master. And how we should do it? Pratipaten, humility, faith, surrender, and then ask the questions, 5 basic questions. For all the time, we should keep asking, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? And how would I get there? How would I know who am I? And how to get there? How to understand? What are the practices? What is the purpose of my life? How to reach back? But one of the conditions is sevas. Seva doesn't mean that you should just sit and do the puja of Guru and all that. It's more than that. It's a seva. Sevya, seva, selfless service. Here, I just put it there. All the Mahatma Gandhi ji, Vivekanand ji, even Steve Jobs. And again, I put here Oprah's. All are good examples who practiced and are practicing Bhagavad Gita. Though we have heard previously many names, Western names, who use Bhagavad Gita, like Albert Einstein and Albert Schweitzer, Henry David Thoreau, Adi Shankaraji. He preached so much about his non-duality. Many names. You might have more names than what I have, but Ramanujaji, Ralph Waldo Emerson. So many names are there who have used. So it tells us, again assure us that we should. Who should we ask if we cannot find any guru or we don't have a closeness, availability of the guru? Then we should, our Bhagavad Gita is in our hands. And also Rumi said, What you seek is seeking you. Anytime we are looking for some gurus, they will show up one way or other. There are many examples you might have and I have, but I already give you one example. What are the benefits of receiving true advice? And what does science say about it? How does it impact our body, mind, and soul? First of all, it gives us the wellness. It connects the body, mind, and soul, and much more than that. From the spirituality point of view, it guides us, aligns us with the dharma, what is righteousness. It teaches us, take the right action, make the right decision, and with the greater inner peace, then we don't feel guilty about it. We are always in peace because we are not expecting anything. I am not the doer now. The divine Shakti is the doer. The Paramatma is the doer. So our ego is not coming in the way. One who acts unattached because he's the doer. The divine Shakti is the doer. So what do I have to do? Whatever comes, I have to take it as a prasad, like as Arjuna. He went from Vishad, confused mind, to prasad, where he could say Karishe Vachanam Tao. And of course, by doing that, our body and mind also is in peace. Our stress is reduced, anxiety is reduced. And there are many studies through meditation and through Harvard University has it, NIH has it, and Heart Association has it, because it also strengthens our heart. It gives us a better emotional we have a better control on our emotions, and our clarity comes that what do I need to do? And it increases our immune system, longevity, our memory, our neurons are less calcified, and our memory is better. We feel better. So in other words, it improves our physical and mental well-being, connects us completely with the body, mind, and soul. And not only completely with that, we feel the oneness within us, within the other family members, the community, and the whole universe. They're all one. And here you can see we are connected with others. So we see supreme power in every kan mein, chan mein. We experience and feel God. So the true advice is not to impress or please, but to uplift, again, clarify, one guide others toward their highest good. And then it comes healthy body, peaceful mind, and connection to the supreme power. So there are a lot of benefits by listening to the divine guidance. And here is the summary. True advice leads to ultimate peace, love, and truth. And of course, connects us to oneness. And it takes us to all the confusions. This is all confused mind, like Arjuna, Vishad. And by these 7 steps with AAA strategy, self-awareness, analysis, self-acceptance, and know the righteous action according to our dharma, we all get with these methods. But we must calm ourselves physically, emotionally, with yoga, pranayama, meditation, and do the practices. But ultimately we surrender to the supreme power. And once we do that, we have a healthy body, healthy mind, and connection to the oneness totally. So mentally, physically, we are more healthier, and we live in peace and experience who am I? Satchitanand. That's the purpose of our life. So all these 7 practices put in our daily planner, this spiritual planner for self-transformation. but we must have a good mentor, good divine guide. Bhagavad Gita, Guru within ourselves, then we can transform ourselves. So we must start our day. The day we start, whatever we do, it determines the pattern of your rest of the day. And then we must not forget doing our yoga, pranayam, Surya Namaskara, and then practice during the day. See good, hear good, speak good, eat good, do good, and of course, not to forget the meditation part. And then during the day, practice, dive into your external and internal mentor, guru. So use your internal power by connecting with the supreme power. Then it won't be you. The supreme power will be directing us. And then in the evening, we should evaluate our day. So self-purification, transformation, which we have already spoken, realization, and then the realization comes through the 3 AAA strategy. And here, humility, surrender, and then get the guru, the directions, and then ultimately feel eternal happiness, healthy body, mind, and experience. But the bottom line is surrender, surrender, surrender. So our sankalpa for today is, I ask for divine advice. I listen, I follow, and I act upon it. In other words, I open myself to inner guidance and higher wisdom. Because by having the sankalpa prabhavan, sankalpas, if as long as it is calmest tattva, there are no personal desires, then little by little, our mind, our buddhi, our subconscious mind start cleansing and getting purified and getting more and more connection with the supreme power. But again, it is a step-by-step process. It's not like a quick fix. So our homework is for unlock deep peace, true purpose, and clear direction in life. So become the Sakshi, live in awareness, practice the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, practice Swadhyaya Abhyasnam, practice, practice, practice. But we must ask this question, do I know what I need to ask? Am I aware of it? Do I have a divine company in my life? Am I humble or sincere? Is this ego, or when we get the guidance, then the question comes, is this is because of ego, or these are the true guidance? That's a very big question. But if we are connected, the answer will come. Am I connected to receive the true advice? Connection. And do I do my spiritual practices and know my purpose of life? So Satya Upadeshat, not Mithya Upadeshat. In other words, follow true advice, not false misinterpretations. And there is a beautiful poem here that speak true advice, not false counsel. So the true advice is a lamp of light. Satya Upadeshat, Deepak Jnana, Mithya Upadeshat, Tamas Karanam. So true advice is a lamp of light, and false advice is that deepens the night. It's the darkness. Therefore, Ya Shubham Vadati Prem Yukta, Sa Ev Bandhu, Sa Ev Pat Pradarshka. The one who speaks with love and grace is guide and friend in every place. In other words, we must speak with love and gracefully. If we are giving the guidance, we are taking the guidance, we should listen to them, and then is guide and friend in every place. So the true advice is the lamp. Here you can see is the light. False is the darkness. And one who speaks with love and grace is the guide and friend in every space and every place. So we should be that. So thank you very much for joining the session, Power of True Advice and Guidance. Thank you.